I was looking under my engine bay and I noticed it looked like there was a leak right next to the coolant bleeder screw. And when I went to go wiggle it with like a screwdriver to see if it was loose at all, causing like the residue to build up, well, let me show you what happened. The head cracked off of this. Probably one of the best feelings ever when you're working on a car is tight stops being tight. And I was not using a lot of force on that, honestly, which is, well, the car is at like 60,000 miles right now, so pretty much every plastic gasket and seal is probably about to break, which is awesome. But I'll tell you what I did to remedy this. So first off, I took this extraction tube to take some of the coolant out of the reservoir because I've seen some people open that bleeder screw and just coolant gushes out all over your engine, well, the side of your engine, which some people don't care about, but you really don't want coolant to spray out. So then I used a creme brulee torch, heated up this screwdriver for like 10-20 seconds, which the creme brulee came in pretty clutch. So I stuck it in about halfway between that notch and the end of it. You can probably see about where the burn of the plastic came up. So I stuck that in to the plastic screw that was there, and that was fun. And every time I had to let it cool down for like 10-15 minutes to make sure the plastic was cool enough that I wouldn't just swirl it out. And once I started getting most of the screw out, I started using a vacuum with a narrow nozzle, sucking all the pieces I could, because if yours is like mine, there was quite a bit of little plastic pieces. And then once I got the screw bottom out, you can see all the junk that I had to pick out with tweezers. Once I got the screw out, there was some leftover like thread of the plastic in the thread where it was supposed to be in the hole, which was very nice to see. And I remedied that by actually just using this nozzle right up to the hole of it. And I think I sucked a tiny bit of coolant through, but it actually, it might have just been enough to push most of the plastic out and get sucked up. And then I had to use little tweezers for a fun game of operation to get the rest out. And that was about it. I put the new bleeder screw on, lubed it up with some coolant, put it in there, and put the rest of the coolant from there into the tank, and then I let it sit for a little bit in case there were any air bubbles. And now we're good to go.